In Latin American dance, there is a specific type of organizing parts of the torso movements coming from usage of half-turn-out feet position. Let's determine the main types of movements of the torso in Latin American dance. Let's take a straight vertical position. The angle between the feet lines may vary from 45 to 19 degrees. We shall shift the body weight from one foot to the other in such a manner that the knee of the supporting leg bends to the straight position and the free leg knee can bend forward. Let's give the torso an opportunity to move freely and come to positions that originate naturally during this movement. We see that the position of the lower part of the torso changes. The right and left sides of the pelvis go down and up in turns at every shift of the body weight. It looks like a balance scales movement. It is the first type of movement, lower balance scales. You can also see that the lower part of the torso turns at each shift of the weight from one leg to the other, because the free leg thigh moves forward and the supporting leg thigh gets a little bit behind the torso. It is the second type of movement of the torso lower part, the turning one. The third type of movement is the pendulum movement of the lower part of the spine, left and right. The fourth type of movement is the lower part of the torso is small opening and shutting of the belly at each shift of the weight. It is caused by the united effect of the turning and pendulum movements of the torso lower part. The torso upper part also changes its position and its shift of the weight from one leg to the other. The right and left blade bones go down and up in turns. The set of one's shoulders movement is similar to that of balance scales. The upper and the lower scales in the torso move in the same rhythm, but vertically in opposite direction to each other. The turn of the torso lower part during the weight shift turns the whole torso to the same side. The torso upper part turns to the side of the torso lower part turn. Let's also note a slight torso movement up and down. Both knees are straight. The torso position is higher than the position when the weight is shifted on one leg and the other one's knee is bent. These are the main types of movements in the torso characteristics of the Latin American choreography. Let's distinguish three positions of the torso. The initial position, when the both legs' knees are straight and the body weight is distributed equally on both legs. All the torso parts are located in plane symmetrically regarding the spine line. The right and the left positions, when the body weight is shifted totally onto one leg and all the torso parts have finished changing of their positions. The free side of the pelvis went down and the opposite side of it went a little up. The torso turned around the supporting leg its free side forward. The spine lower part bent towards the supporting leg. The belly lower part went a little down and the belly stretched slightly. The blade bone above the supporting leg went lower than the other blade bone. All the movements proceeded between these two extreme left and right positions coming through the initial position. The enumerated types of the torso movements were coming out now only as a result of shifting the weight from one leg to the other in half-turn-out feet position and unbending the knees. The torso muscles took no part in their creation. They just did not hinder the movement's freedom. We determined interrelations between the considered types of movements. This movement mechanism is natural. It results from the organization of the human body. Now let's involve the torso muscles into the work. We shall perform the considered changes of positions, helping oneself actively with the torso muscles. Let's bear in mind that the torso comes to the same position which we had earlier. Let's feel what groups of the torso muscles work during each type of movement. During the work of upper and lower scales, turns of the torso lower parts, the pendulum movement in the spine lower part, opening and shutting of the belly. The trainings are to be continued till the torso muscles work is set. All the movements are well controlled and we can perform the necessary torso movements immediately with the torso muscles, but not resulting from shifts of the body weight from one leg to the other. Let's make the left and right positions of the torso more expressive. Let's move into one of these extreme positions from the initial position. Now the whole torso turned to the one side. The torso side being in front at the moment will be called the forward side or the active side. Let's change the flat position of the torso for a beautiful 3D position. It may be called the main Latin American position of the torso. Being in the right or left position, let's open the front part of the torso horizontally and vertically. Let's hold this position with the torso muscles. Let's determine where the center of the torso opening is. The most important point for forming up a correct Latin American torso position is the point which remains ahead of all the rest points of the torso and shows the torso dimensional orientation at any degree of opening of the torso front part. It is on the torso front side, right in the middle of the forward side, at the higher of the lower part of the blade bone. There are two centers of the torso opening, the left and right ones, to form the left and right position of the torso correspondingly. The main Latin American torso position has got the same outlook at other feet positions. For example, brush position, open positions, locked positions. Now we are passing to a very important technique of movements in Latin American dance. Changes of the left and right main Latin American position of torso and it occur in another combination, with shift of the body weight from one leg to the other. Let's form the left position. Now the weight is on the right leg, the left side of the torso is the forward one. Let's put the left leg into the brush position. Its knee is bent and directed forward. The foot is on the pad and put against the right leg ankle. Let's fix this position of the torso with the muscles and hold it unchanged. And then let's shift the whole body weight onto the pad of the left leg. Note that the left leg knee doesn't start unbending and the heel doesn't go down till the weight is shifted entirely onto this leg. When the weight is shifted entirely onto the left leg, we start changing the left position of the torso for the right one, unbending the left leg knee and moving the heel down. The position change proceeds from the very beginning till the end at the full loading of the left leg with the body weight, but not at a gradual shifting of the body weight from one leg to the other as we did before. During this time, we bend the free right leg at the knee and put it at the brush position. We perform the change of the right position for the left one in the same way. The main movements of salsa dance are performed in this technique. The left and the right main Latin American position change each other in the quick, slow rhythm. We perform a full shift of the weight onto the free leg for each musical beat, holding the previous position of the torso. We perform the main Latin American torso movement, change of the left and right positions of the torso between the musical beats. Let's see the figure of time step in cha-cha-cha dance. Change of the left and right main Latin American positions are performed at the first two chassé steps, filling the rhythm with movement as in the main salsa movement. At the third chassé step, when the leg opens, the torso position changes again. Only the leg straightens at the knee while shifting the weight onto it. And 4 and 1. Then the free leg closes into the brush position without the weight shift but with changing the position of the torso. It's a preparative movement for the next two changes of the main Latin American positions in place. Let's perform them at motionless posture. So let's change the position of the torso and leg simultaneously with shifting the weight on the leg at musical beats, without filling the time between musical beats with movements. 2, 3. 4 and 1, 2, 3. In chassé, let's make the pendulum movement in the torso lower part more actively. And while changing the left and right positions in place, let's make half turns of the torso lower part and shorten of the belly more actively. In jive dance, bounce or spring-like vertical movements adds to the movements technique we have considered. When the weight is shifted to the supporting leg, this leg gets into such a position that it can all work as a tough supporting elements receiving the body weight loading. Rock step figure. Let's perform a change of the main left and right Latin American position, opening the leg a little backwards. Let's make a full shift of the body weight onto the footpad at musical beats, keeping the previous position of the torso without changes. The torso positions change between musical beats, filling the rhythm with movement. 1, 2. Chassé figure in jive. We make the first step with a partial shift of the weight. Torso position change doesn't occur here. We just give an opportunity to the leg bearing the whole torso weight to get free to that extent that it can move along the floor and shut, and then we return the body weight onto it. We make the third step with a full shift of the weight onto the leg and a change of the left and right position of the torso after it. 3 and 4, 3 and 4. From these several examples of movements in different dances, one can see that the main arrangements of the torso in Latin American dances are the left and right main Latin American positions, and the main torso movement is an active cyclical change of the two positions.